Lola Woods, issue 3, Carmen Maria Mikado, and Danny Strips on the art. And this is Octavia going to a local witch to look for answers as to what happened to them.
This book got weird.
I know it did.
Sorry, it only just got weird.
Do you know what? How are you going to see a witch isn't even the weird part. The weird part later is that there's an entire family of women who apparently become sinkholes.
Yeah.
I mean, it retroactively explained that from the end of the first issue.
Oh, it did. Sure, I agree. Yeah, technically it does.
Not only that, creatures come from the sinkholes. So whatever Elle threw down there, that could have been a woman. Think about it.
I mean,
the flayed person.
Yes.
Yeah, can we just talk about the fact?
I don't want to say man or woman because I can't actually tell.
You can't tell. Yeah. Do you know? I feel like the fact that a skinless person attacked one of the main characters, and that is like the least weird thing in the issue, says something.
That's for 101, Pete. But human sinkholes in preteen witches that are apparently centuries old.
But you know what's weird about this though is they say, okay, it runs in the family, and I have to kind of hold it together. And the reason why it happened in bed, that end of that first issue, is because usually I can hold it together until you leave, and then that's it. But you were still there, so I couldn't hold. And I'm like, wait, so this is kind of like holding in a fart, where you just have to kind of clench yourself.
What's really interesting to me about it is it happens when they're happy and when they're content and relaxed. That's when it happens. Well, so because she talks about her mother had to always keep herself on edge and really tense to keep it under control.
Do you know what that's like? Almost a little bit. It's like certain vampires losing their souls in the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If they get true happiness, then all hell breaks loose.
Well, but that was because of a gypsy curse. That's different.
This could be because of a gypsy curse.
It could be.
No. Maybe, I don't know, but so to me, the subtext of that is that in this town, women aren't allowed to be happy because if you are truly happy, then you can't be the stay-at-home.
Yeah, if we're going if we're going with the themes of sexism that we've had already in this book and sexual assault and all these things, then yes, obviously that's what this does to the story. That's what it adds to it.
Because that's what I'm thinking. Because the mom was a pageant queen and she loved it, and she loved the dad, and when she would disappear for days, the one girl was always like, Dad didn't seem to care. He just knew that Mom would be back. And I'm like, well, that's kind of sinister. And then you find out that she was becoming a sinkhole. And you're like, what the hell? So my brain starts looking at
And what was she doing? Because obviously it was, she was too happy and too relaxed. So that's why she needed to go away. What was she doing? Because it says she went for a day or two. What was she doing to get herself back on edge?
Yeah. Right. And then we have to ask the question is, how does this tie into the fact that every woman in the town, not just this family, that every woman in the town has time that they lose?
And the fact that this witch, who looks like a preteen girl, which would mean when they would come of age. So I'm outside of her creepy hand with the long fingernails and wrinkles, right? She presents as a preteen girl.
About, like an 8 to 10-year-old maybe.
Right. So if the forgetfulness happens after they became, for lack of a term, once they enter womanhood, that would mean the witch is outside of this because of how she presents, right?
Yeah, and is that intentional? Is there a spell on herself to block this from happening to her, so she's always under...
We know that her mom died in 1822, and so she's got to be old, born way before that.
At least, she's got to be born at least around 1900, I'd say.
Right. And if this is set in the 90s, right, then...
She's probably about 100-ish.
Right. So you got that, and then what she tells V is, sometimes forgetting's helpful to you, and that it's remembering that's the problem.
Yeah, she kind of makes a point of how, she's given away a lot of this potion over the years to people in this town because it's much easier to just forget something and forget that there's something bothering you because then you'll not be concerned. You won't feel so bad about it. And that's easier than remembering the truth. Right. And so and then we get
I was gonna say, so V goes to Jessica, that was the girl she was with, that's the daughter who has the sinkhole problem. That's just, it's just so weird to say it loud. It's people who become sinkholes. And she explains this to her, and V's kind of responsive and is understanding. They have a romantic moment and they're starting to get frisky. And this actually coincides, it intercuts at the end here with Elle, who's just come back from being attacked from a skinless person, and she's just lying in bed and thinks, you know what, I'm in the mood, and she starts masturbating. So this is happening at the same time as the sex is happening, and at the same time as this, we see the mum, the sinkhole mum, has like a hand coming out of the sinkhole.
Yeah, and there was something else earlier in the issue that implied they
That
were
they're
linked, right? It was when one of them was in pain.
Yes.
bleeding.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there was
She
two.
tasted the blood in her mouth.
It was two things. It was the pain of the blood, and it was also because it was like she thought something, and then it like she has that thought.
It went to
Oh yeah, 'cause
L.
she's like, "Oh, I miss you, V. I miss you very much." And then she's there, like going, "What?" And thinking that she'd heard it.
Yeah,
being said
that was it.
behind her.
Yep.
Yeah, because it was because before the lip thing, there was like already a hint that was more psychic sort of or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it was like a
And
thinking, a thought, if you will.
Yeah, and they're on the same
Yeah.
page actually. Those two things, they're like happening at the same time, but it is very clearly going, no, these two are linked.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I understood what this book was, and then women become sinkholes, and I just don't know.
Yeah. so obviously,
Like-
the reason why Elle is getting sort of erotic with herself at the end is because of the sex scene that's happening
Right.
elsewhere. She's essentially feeling some of that pleasure, and
But she doesn't question it because it's
No.
like, sure, why not? It's pretty normal.
I mean, teenage hormones. Like,
yeah, outside of the timing of it being right after being attacked, that being a little bit weird. Other than that, yeah, and sure, she's just lying in bed, whatever, she's in the mood. But yeah, we see that it's linked to the other thing.
Honestly, my favorite bit of this book as well was the narration box going, I know what you're thinking, Deus Ex Machina, witches and potions to fix all our problems. Seriously? It's like, well, all I can say is humanity's always had witches. Witches always have potions. So screw you.
Well, that's the voice of the writer going, "This is my story, but out." Because also the witch, the witch also looked at the mushroom that she found up at the Heaven on Earth place. So that's interesting.
Do you think it was one of the things that came out of the sinkhole people that's causing all this other stuff in the town, or is the sinkhole people cause whatever's causing everything else? Which one's the cause?
I think that neither are the cause. I think there's a root cause. They're affecting all these things in different ways.
Right.
So the sinkhole and
the mining in this town caused whatever, and now because they didn't listen to the earth and be like, "Get out," now it's causing issues.
Something else.
The sinkhole people and the visual of people climbing out of like sinkholes in the middle of people, that is straight up David Lynch imagery. That's what it made me think of. It made me think of something David Lynch would put in something.
Yeah,
I kind of love it. I've been enjoying this book for the first two issues, right? It's been good, and I've been enjoying the conversation around its theme more, maybe more so than reading it. And then this issue happened, I went, I'm so in.
So I would never have thought sinkhole people became a word we would say on the show, but now it is. And we kind of had that at the end of the first issue where you're like, what the hell is going on? Is this...
I bet James Tynion thought he was being all smart with the upside down man. It's like, no, take this, James. Sinkhole people.
Yeah. So man, I'm trying to piece it all together. What it means subtextually of what the author's putting forward, because this is very a female-focused horror of almost the horror of being female and what that means and the stuff that you have to go through that most people don't think about. Because there's even that thing about the mom talking to V.
I mean, to go back to what you were saying about, that you took this as meaning that they can't be happy because if they get happy, this happens. You could take that one step further and say that if they become happy, they almost become blind to the bad things around them, and that's why all these bad things are allowed to happen.
Right.
So it's just sort of taking that one step further. And there's a lot of stuff going on here, which is good.
Yeah, and these two are the ones that almost are primed to break that cycle, but they're being pulled back into it, right? Because V wants to leave, and Elle knows that she wants to leave, but she can't leave her parents, right? So, and now that's what the fight was about. Was about one of them leaving, and that's how you break the cycle.
Does she ever take the forgetful potion?
We never see it.
No, I think the witch puts it in a bag.
Right.
But we don't see her take it, right?
No, because the last...
You say forgetful potion. Did they call it that? Because, technically it's the opposite. It's a remembrance potion.
The remembering potion.
No, it was a forgetful potion. It was a potion to make you forget more things.
No, she wants to remember what happened to her.
I know that's what she wants, but that's what the witch offered her. It was a potion to forget more, to forget that she wanted to remember something.
Matt, corroborate this.
Okay, I've got the dialogue here. The witch is holding up the little vial of potion, says, "This will help you forget that you forgot. It will help you forget that you forgot. Smooth out the snipped edges if that's what you want."
Right.
The whole point is it makes her forget that she wants to remember anything, so she feels better about it. Mm-hmm. So it's a forgetting potion.
I read that as this was meant to... Well, I thought you might be able to help us figure out what happened. Why would you want that? Forgetting is easy. We do it as automatically as breathing. This will help you, right?
Yeah, but then she says she's been trying to restore lost memories for over a century.
Yeah,
now,
I hate to say it.
I
Connor's
don't
right.
have any real solution.
God
So it's
damn
a
it.
forgetting potion.
I hate it.
Yeah, I hate when he's right as well. It's awful.
She takes that and she forgets that there's something that she wants to know. So then that itch of, oh,
Right.
what am I forgetting? That goes away,
And
and
that's-
she feels better.
Well, I don't know. I don't even know
It's-
if I
it's-
do, but my
ignorance is
friend
bliss.
does. So to me, this is not for her. This is for Elle.
Yeah, could be.
Because
You're
it's
right.
bothering Elle more than it's bothering her.
So maybe she'll give it to Elle without telling her.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. All right. There you go. We give it a Matt.
I'm giving this one an 8, mainly for sinkhole people.
Connor.
Yeah, 8 from me too, for kind of the same reasons, and how weird sinkhole peoples look in this art.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8 too.
It is
I think this is the best.
ghastly.
Yeah, I think this is the best of the three because it's been the most intriguing issue.
Yeah.
So no points for that.